Alright guys, welcome back. As always, I'm Sergeant Alpha. Today we are going to take a look at a game that's still in the works. Kind of wanting this to hurry up and come out to play the full game and everything, to see what happens in the game. But this is I Am Your President. Basically, the gist of the game is you're the president, you make all kinds of decisions and stuff like that. And this is the free-to-play Prologue on Steam, so feel free to check that out. It came out in December of 2020, I think. I just noticed it yesterday, I think. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and go to new game. Okay, 40 years ago, Boston, Mass. You're a lawyer, it's official. Celebrate the graduation with your mother who's been paying your tuition fees for years. This is a nice restaurant and you can already smell your dinner. Lights and a mushroom soup fills the air. Congratulations, my boy, says your mom, deeply touched. You hold a diploma in your hands. There are several things written on this piece of paper. Some posh nonsense, Harvard sentences, and your whole future. You don't want it. Yeah, do you feel sick saying so? Mama has something to tell you. Thank you, I guess. Alright, so this is kind of like Firewatch, where you gotta make different choices. I guess we'll go with this one. I'm starting to nervously folded tissue, her fingers are quivering. It makes you angry and sad at the same time. What's wrong, son? She finally asks. I'm not going to become a lawyer. She stays silent for a moment, obviously shocked. Why? I want to change the world, make an impact, decide. So a year later, you make your first decision and become a party member. So your mom has paid your way through Harvard. You got a Harvard law degree and you don't do that. 20 years ago in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's your birthday and your mother hasn't called you yet. Wine is nasty, politicians around you keep babbling. Your wife is standing by your side. Honey, can we get home? She says. You do not sense a question mark. I'm not working, I can't. Not this again. This is my job, remember. We'll go less confrontational. She looks at you with resentment in her eyes. I'm tired of you, she says. So am I, you reply instinctively. This is the last time you argue with each other. We're getting divorced? Yep. 10 years ago, Baltimore, Maryland. You are now divorced. Time drags by as if it was dripping from a broken tap. You become a prominent politician, and yet here you are, staring in the mirror and wondering what went wrong. Chewing on your own words. You are about to change the world. Apparently, you have to change yourself first. You cut your hair, you buy yourself a new car. Go with hair. And just like that, you make a decision. You will run for presidency. 4 years ago, Washington, D.C., you are president. So I guess this is going to be our second term. It's official. Your mother calls you soon after your inauguration. You haven't heard from her in years. I'm sorry, she says it with a tremble in her voice. Congratulations, my boy. Don't be mother, thank you. Okay. Press the phone to your ear so hard it gets sweaty, but your mother hangs up, apparently unable to utter a word. This is your last conversation before she passes away. Damn, that sucks. Two years ago. You're making a lot of difficult choices impacting the world. The highlight of your presidency is preventing the terrorist attack and saving hundreds of lives. Establishing a new law supporting single parents. Obviously, we're going to go with the terrorists. People congratulate you, but you're not satisfied, not yet. You want to be remembered as the most persistent president the most righteous president. Go persistent. There's so much more to be done. Four years pass by so quickly, you are tired but crave more. Crave for more, you simply know that this cannot end. You decide to run for re-election. This is your story, and you have to keep this going. New year, new start. Let's get on with it. Okay, dear Mr. President, first of all, I want to wish you Happy New Year. Secondly, I'm leaving this card here to remind you about the urgent matters in regard to this year's election. You have to be careful when it comes to making choices, and yet the most crucial aspect to our rating system, we must make sure that we win a second term. I will keep my finger on the pulse and send people to remind you about all this stuff when the right time comes. It is almost midnight as I'm writing this, so you'll probably see this message on January the 1st. I'll see you at work in the new, hopefully better year. Vice President. Okay, these statistics reflect the overall condition of the U.S. and consequently how good of a job you are doing as the president. They change with your every decision, so pay attention to these areas: society, politics, so I guess this is society, politics, industry, economy, military, diplomacy. As reaching zero will have you leaving the Oval Office very prematurely. On top of that, overcoming certain scenarios may require you to maintain adequate level of statistics. Okay, so we have 4,606 million. Also, I'm not sure what's not a trillion. Politics, we're at 304. Military, we're at 310. Economy, 302. Industry, 295. Political is 294. And social is 302. Okay, we're going to go ahead and accept that. Does look pretty ancient, doesn't it? It must be at least 20 years old. So I guess that's the phone. Laptop. Yesterday I was standing right there watching the fireworks show. We're 9 hours deep into New Year already. New Year resolution: find the right presidential quote for each day. Right, Mr. Washington? Alright, so I guess we're going to catch up on these latest events. Hopes consumed by fire New Year's Eve in Oklahoma. Okay. Apparently not much there going on. Action points 100. It's been spent on the world map, projects, etc. Limited utility in the prologue. Projects, choose path forward for your country, cabinet, manage your staff, negotiations, able to main game, mailbox, development strategy traits, quest log. Okay, I think that's the same. Yep. Okay, for most Americans, New Year's Eve is a day of celebration, parties, and hope for a better future. Yet every year starts with someone's hope consumed by fire and ignited by carelessness. There were 203 fire accidents reported in Oklahoma City and its closest area, and 107 of them resulted in the complete destruction of the residential building, says Oklahoma City Fire Chief Robert Petrel. Really? It's an interesting name for a fireman. Fireworks are dangerous, and if not used properly, can cause irreversible damage to people, he warns. There were no casualties in Oklahoma City, but will this year be so happy to those who lost their homes? I don't think so. Alright, so go ahead and exit all that. Alright, time to talk. Be careful with your decisions and see how your comments impacted the country only after they've been made. Be on the lookout for hints that will help you make the right choices. You can be sure that the lines marked with % will have some effect and by hovering over them and observing the bars, you can see how impactful your words will be. The re-election in this are in kind of crap percentage, but the chances, will the chances be positive or negative? That's something you have to figure out contextually before making a decision. So pay close attention. Happy New Year, Mr. President. How are you doing? This is our Chief of Staff. I have just read the exact same thing. New Year to you too. Yes, yes, we need to get the work done. Thank you, sir. Honestly, hopefully, I hope it will be good. Anyway, to cut to the chase, this year's essentials. I thought we should prepare a plan. What kind of plan? Oh yeah, the re-election and this kind of crap. Are you talking about the presidential campaign? We'll just ask what kind of plan. What I meant was we have to set priorities for the upcoming election. We have been pushing through a lot of promises and ideas, but focusing on a flagship issue has proven to be the most effective method. Alright, so what do our experts say about this? I'm pretty sure of who I am and what I'm capable of deciding for myself. New year and so much work already, so I guess we'll see what the experts say. You know how it is, sir. Depends on which expert you ask, but the answer you are looking for is hidden within our ratings. I'm keeping track of them so that we know in which area we're doing fine and which has to be improved. I see what will happen if we fail to meet the constituents' expectations. Okay, so what are these hot button issues our people are so interested in? Okay, I have a plan. So we'll obviously know we probably won't be re-elected. So we'll see what they're so interested in. Well, one issue that's been gaining traction is the question of climate change, both in the context of US and the entire world. Secondly, more and more Americans have become personally interested in traditionally administrative issues. I'm talking everything from immigration control to inflation and taxation. Not that surprising, considering what we went through in 2008. Lastly, there's the eternal question of our role as a military superpower. People are getting anxious about the status quo as world peace seems somewhat less obtainable. Okay, I see they've made up my mind. Well, it's a lot to process. Well, yes, but onward, so there are many days ahead, which means a lot of new opportunities. This is your only chance to influence this country, Mr. President. Right, I made up my mind. Yes, that's it. I would like the administration to be remembered for taking a strong stance regarding the climate change. I think we need to fine-tune... Oh, hey, that does change. Okay. It's not really changing anything a whole lot, though. Things really staying about the same, I think. Climate change, I think that we should fine-tune goods and services, otherwise we might never attain real prosperity. We want to maintain a safe and stable country. We need to modernize our approach to warfare. No, we'll go with goods and services. Okay. So that hurt our politics, but helped the economy. Alright, that's an excellent way to put it, sir. I'm sure that as long as we put forward a clear message and demonstrate some degree of success, we're going to have all the support we need. So, how do I go about pulling this off? Cool, that'll let me be. So, we'll add some questions while we're here. You can relax, Mr. President. I won't even start this conversation with you if I didn't have something truly extraordinarily on my sleeve. So, what is it then? Talking about the Gram 4.0. The absolute wonder of technology is going to make it possible for us to achieve even the grandest projects. Okay, I'm not interested in all this technical mumbo jumbo. Take your word for it. Or what is it? Like a supercomputer, I think. I don't fully understand it either, but its lead developer is waiting outside, so feel free to call him in if you're curious. Okay. And here is the Gram 4.0. Hello, good morning, Mr. President. It's such an honor to meet you. It's what you do. So why can you tell me about your project? General Robust Intelligence Matrix. we've added 4.0 just because it sounds cool. At this point in time, it's undoubtedly the most advanced supercomputer ever made, integrating insane amounts of processing power with a fully functioning quantum processor and custom AI-centric operating system. So it's like a very I can't talk this morning, guys. That's like a very sophisticated computer. Precisely, and if we feed it relevant data, that versatile AI networks are bound to become one of the most powerful tools in the US. Humanity's arsenal, just talking about it, makes me excited. You know, this is making my head spin again. Can we bring this conversation back to Earth? Yeah, that's impressive and all, but how exactly is this going to help our case? Okay, the machine's main function is to create sophisticated simulations based on the available database and user input. Tests show that these predictions tend to be incredibly accurate, better than any human analyst, I assume. Correct, provided we carefully filter the information fed to the computer, it might eventually be the key to solving many of the US's problems. Okay, wait, so what do you mean eventually? Didn't you just say it's the most powerful AI in the world? Well, reconciling several different contexts is incredibly tricky for any AI. First, we need to teach it to prioritize tasks that are related, hence the question about your priorities, sir. If this experiment proves successful, we'll definitely expand it. I'm curious to see how far I can take us. Let's start the basic program so we can develop it later on. Please take a look at these projects and make sure that we're heading in the right direction. Thank you for helping you now. Cool, happy new year. Gotta get some rest. Okay, if that's everything, I'm gonna get back to my things. Alright, so this guy's going good now. Investment projects unlocked. Message has arrived in our email. Not sure what this little blinky light down here is for, but reptilian photos? Director of Presidential Personnel. Good morning, Miss Range. What a short remark. We have learned that your new secretary is pregnant with quadruplets, and we're in the process of looking for a suitable replacement. I apologize for the inconvenience. This level of personnel rotation is quite unprecedented, and I hope that doesn't cause you too much trouble. Sincerely, Director of Presidential Personnel. Quadruplets, really? You don't do the lady like that? Okay, okay, projects, simulate global change, the, okay, these are the different things we can do. Okay, welcome to Project Trees. Here you can allocate resources towards your issue of choice. Just remember that the projects, as long as they're active, will take effect each turn. Generates statistic changes on each turn on day into the climate change will affect the social and forget whatever that one was. Social and industry. Planet recovery plan is locked. So we'll go ahead and accept that for now. Locked into narrative choices. Play again to try a different path. Locked due to, okay, so yeah, obviously they're are gonna be a lot of things here that we can work on. Cabinet manager staff, I won't miss anything there, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and end the day. 295 days to re-election. New article unlocked. We have somebody knocking on our door. Oldest turtle on the planet starts swearing. Oldest turtle on our planet, Josh 202, has lived on the island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic since 1874. Never commented on anything that happened around him, but last Friday that changed while eating a carrot and being photographed and recorded by an unusual flock of bloggers and influencers from around the globe. Josh tilted his head a bit, dropped his carrot, and said quite clearly, said the word shit. By the way, it was first word ever pronounced by anyone of his species. Sadly, soon after that, Josh died, probably not even knowing that he left us forever wondering what he would say next. Okay. And to think there's a whole world outside this office. I wonder what time it is in Taiwan. John Adams, to be good and to do good is all we have to do. See if there's any more. I should definitely start reading some of these books. I should replace this machine as soon as possible. Alright, we'll see who's knocking at the door. Morning, sir. There's something I would like to discuss with you. Certainly all yours. Both busy, straight to the point. China is once again trying to pressure and intimidate Taiwan. They're constructing a number of nuclear silos in the Fujian province and deliberately doing nothing to hide it. Damn it, are they trying to start a third world war or something? The best guess is the Chinese are just posturing and trying to test the waters. I've been in contact with Taiwanese military intelligence agencies and they share my intuition. We've even come up with a way to take China down a peg. Interesting. How can we just hit this one now? It sounds dangerous. We're going to shoot Taiwan with 5 of our intercontinental missiles. What? Don't worry, sir, they're going to be notified beforehand so that their anti-missile defense system perfectly intercepts all threats. Sending a clear message to China that Taiwan is not an easy target. That's brilliant. What their anti-missile systems fail. I was the one to sell it to them several years ago. Okay. Take it. Are we getting anything in return for expending our military resources? Well, for starters, we get to maintain a close ally right under China's nose. I guess we wanted to display strength. If we too wanted to display strength, we could get them to return the favor and nuke us back, sort of like joint military training extras. Though I don't think that American pacifists would like that very much. Wait, I know they had nukes. Let's not get a hold of ourselves. I definitely know they didn't have nukes. They don't, at least not officially, but we could sell them some for express purpose of firing them back at us. I bet that would shock the world. That is something to consider. Anyway, that's all I have to say in this regard. I'll leave you a short summary on the technical map, so head there once you're ready to make a decision. Thank you. Okay. Interesting. Okay, the world keeps changing around, you have to keep up. Click jump to invent button or the highlighted tag to visit the place that needs your attention. Read the description, assess the situation, and choose one of 3 reactions. Not doing anything is also an option. You can change your mind and intervene till the end of the day, though. Each choice will impact the story as well as the statistics. And I'm guessing that would be the event window. Faced with nuclear threats from China, Taiwan needs to display their defensive capabilities, and they need the U.S. help to do so. Okay. So we lose 50 on our military and gain 50 diplomacy for launching missiles for them to intercept. Launch missiles and sell them to nukes so that they can retaliate. We lose social standing, but we gain economy. Or we can do nothing. And I think I've kind of broken game. Alright, so we will check out what I decide to do the next episode. So stay tuned and okay. Okay, Ronald at Royal Hairdress. Mr. President, I'm extremely sorry to write about this during your campaign for second term, but well, I'm not getting younger nor healthier. I'm afraid that I'll no longer be able to cut your hair, sir. I know that be deeply disappointed and like I said, they did shoot down our missiles. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked there. Okay, I'll no longer be able to cut your hair, sir. I know that you'll be deeply disappointed since you decided to run for the office soon after getting your first haircut in my salon, but I really see no other option at this point. The reason is I'm going blind. It started many years ago, but lately I can no longer see my hands, and that's why your haircuts are getting progressively worse. I'm really, really sorry. I hope you'll find somebody better soon. Your humble hairdresser, Ronald. Okay, we'll give him a apologetic email. Jesus, why didn't you tell me about any of it, Ronald? I still remember when you cut my hair for the first time. That's when I decided to run for the office. You were and still are an inspiration. I hope this is not the end for us. I need you. I need your scissors. Get well soon. Your most faithful client. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. President. You're one of my best friends. I hope you know that. Your humble hairdresser, Ronald. Okay, so our hairdresser is not doing so hot. Alright, anyways, as I was saying, guys, that's going to be about all we have time for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, give me a like and subscribe. You really help me out. Don't forget to ring that bell to give notifications when I release a new video. If you'd like to see, give me a like and subscribe. Really help me out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.